Welcome, dear listeners. I'm Jonathan Carlin.
And I'm Benjamin Carlin.
And we invite you to join us through the Griffin door, your one-way ticket to the enchanting world of Harry Potter. So grab your wands and dust off your broomsticks and join us as we unlock the dark corridors inside Order of the Phoenix, Chapter 11, The Sorting Hat's new song, live in Chicago! Woo! Man, so happy to be in Chicago. I've eaten the best food in Chicago.
We've had a Chicago-style hot dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We had the beef sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yep. We went to the Girl and the Goat. Have you guys been there?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable.
Coming back just for that.
I know.
Yeah. No, Jay, I'm super excited about tonight's chapter. This is one of three instances where Harry actually gets to witness the sorting, the whole sorting ceremony.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
There's kind of the famous belief that it was difficult to write the Sorting Hat songs or just otherwise monotonous to keep having Harry go through the same sort of rundown each year. So sometimes we gotta spice it up a little bit. Yeah. But obviously the Sorting Hat song comes with some incredible Founders lore.
It does, yeah.
Which we have precious little of, honestly. So that's gonna be fun to dissect tonight.
Yes, but before we get into all that, we have to talk about the chapter art.
We do indeed.
Look, we can show you this time.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, yeah. It's pretty.
It's the Sorting Hat on a distinctly four-legged stool. Yeah.
Which perplexes me.
Perplexes me too, Ben. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although what's really fun, if you look at the poster or the guest book out there, Isabel specifically drew it so that you can't tell if it's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that middle leg the front leg or the back leg?
The back leg.
We may never know.
We may never know.
Yeah.
What I think is weird about the Sorting Hat here, one, is that it has a ton of candles around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally wrote fire hazard.
Fire hazard, That's what all the first years are really afraid of. Like, oh my God, don't catch on fire. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would be fearful to have a 1,000-year-old dusty, torn hat sitting around this many open flames.
Yeah, I mean, it's a priceless relic.
It is. I mean, and
day.
it's just asking to catch on fire.
It is, which Voldemort eventually does.
He does.
He does catch it on fire.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So maybe it's just foreshadowing.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Just right here in the artwork and not mentioned anywhere else.
That being said, this is exactly how I picture the Sorting Hat. This is the visual. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I also feel so it's clearly singing the song. In the chapter, the song is very woeful, full of warning. This hat singing this song, he looks really happy.
Right.
He is it is time to perform. Let's go.
It is open mic night.
Right, yeah.
Making my way downtown. That's what the Sorting Hat does on its day off.
Yeah, he's just up in Dumbledore's office. Dumbledore's like, would you stop? Please. I'm trying to work here.
Right. There's a Dark Lord that needs defeating, and you just won't stop.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so should we jump into our first sentence, Ben? It's kind of a beefy one.
It is a beefy. I thought the same thing. I kept going, and I was like, well, goodness gracious, and the dragons have to arrive eventually.
I know. It's they're trying to hold them off, but don't worry, they'll get there. All right, ready we go. Harry did not want to tell the others that he and Luna were having the same hallucination, if that was what it was. So he said nothing about the horses as he sat down inside the carriage and slammed the door behind him. And then the dragons arrived.
Which, as far as I'm concerned, at that point, there are no more horses.
Yeah, that's it. They're gone. It's like, well, you know what? You don't have to worry about it that long, Harry, because they did.
Ron's like, Harry, you still see him? And he's like, no, they're good. Yeah,
they're
gone.
good. Yeah. When you remember when the dragons came, scorched. Dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, clearly where we're picking up is still on the journey from the train back up to the castle. So this is we've just witnessed Harry kind of interacting with Luna Lovegood for the first time, and she sort of drops that all too reassuring. It's like, you're just as sane as I am.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, good. Yeah, thanks.
Like, great.
Reassuring. Obviously, it will be in time, so he just needs to trust Luna because she's right on this particular instance.
She is right. You know what's crazy? Well, we'll get to it here, but like he is going to get in. It says, if that was what it was, so he said nothing about the horses, which is really a bummer because also in this carriage are Neville and Hermione could probably be like, oh, there's invisible horses, it's Thestrals.
Right, right.
And Neville could be like, I can see him too.
It's true. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yes, absolutely. No, you're absolutely correct. It's like this is just another one of those prime examples where it's like the lack of communication is keeping the plot exactly where it needs to be. But it's also like if you guys could just talk.
If you guys could just talk a little bit,
we could sort this out.
Sort this out real quick. Instead, the mystery Harry is focused on is why is that grubbly plank woman back? What's she doing back here? Hagrid can't have left, can he?
Right, and so it's like this is a couple of different things because right away, like the things that Harry was looking forward to was like walking the grounds, like going to herbology class, tea with Hagrid, Quidditch, and so like right away he arrives and the first thing he discovers is Hagrid's MIA.
Hagrid's not there,
and so it's like okay, comforting thing number one gone. Let's hope Quidditch doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, let's hope Quidditch doesn't go anywhere. Also, what are these horses? and I mean. You know what's never been here? These dragons. My God. Yeah. So and it's only going to get worse. Those are like the really positive things Harry is counting on, but it's going to turn out that every single little thing imaginable is going to be different for him.
It really
throughout the entire chapter.
Like whenever I had remembered reading Order of the Phoenix, like when I was a child, I always remembered thinking that like Harry was like really like whiny and moody and like emotional the whole time. But it's like when you're dissecting it like this and you're like looking at it so closely, it's like he has every right to be insanely frustrated.
Oh, I know.
Everything is going wrong.
He can't get a break anywhere.
No.
Yeah. So I love Luna's response to Harry complaining about Hagrid not being there. It said that he can't have left, can he? And Luna's like, I'll be quite glad if he has. He isn't a very good teacher, is he? Like, wow, the honesty.
Right, yes. And then Harry, Ron, and Ginny all together go, yes, he is. And Harry glares at Hermione because she didn't speak up.
Which is a rare case of Luna and Hermione agreeing on something.
I know, yeah. And Hermione's like, yes, he's very good.
Yeah.
And then Luna's like, well, we think he's a bit of a joke in Ravenclaw.
Yeah. She's just like completely unfazed, but I admire that she completely holds her ground with three angry people yelling at her.
Absolutely. But I also think this is sort of like, we're going to talk a lot about this. Like you guys know that we're kind of like, Team Hermione. But if there's one thing we're even more than Hermione, it's probably Team Red Moon, which is Luna and Ron.
Yeah, Luna and Ron. Exactly. Yes. We have some believers.
Yes. We'll see if we can convince the rest of you. That should have been much louder, in fact.
Come on,
yes,
guys. Okay, all right.
I was counting for like an uproar,
Yeah,
but
right.
That's okay. Let's try a few more things. We'll come back to it.
The good news is the very next line is further Red Moon fodder. So here we go. So she says, well, we think he's a bit of a joke on Ravenclaw. Ron responds, you've got a rubbish sense of humor then, which is rich coming from Ron right here. Because on the very last chapter, he told the world's dumbest joke about a baboon's backside, to which Luna Lovegood laughed for one full Earth half hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, now here's Ron. He's like, well, you've got a terrible sense of humor. It's like, Ron, she thinks you're funny.
Right.
And that means you're not funny.
Yeah.
So you've trapped yourself.
This is not a good position. You don't want to be there, Ron. But I like the response, too. Luna did not seem to be perturbed by Ron's rudeness. On the contrary, she simply watched him for a while as though he was a mildly entertaining television program.
Right.
And part of me is kind of like, I think this is sort of interesting because, like, we know that, like, as Luna will progress forward, like, she is at a point where she was all by herself on the train in her 4th year, meaning that she really hasn't made any other friends at Hogwarts up until this point. And throughout the course of this year, she will make a close group of friends and like paint them on her ceiling and then like just write like friends. So what I think is actually really fascinating about this response that Luna's having is that she is commenting on Hagrid's teaching style. And as a Ravenclaw, I feel like she's being very objective about that truth. And everybody else is being a little emotional because they love Hagrid. And I think that that's not a terribly like unfair assessment. But I think as Luna is like a Ravenclaw and possibly being analytical here, it's almost like she switched gears. And what she's observing in Ron isn't like him like trying to make the argument for Hagrid's case. It's that he's defending his friend. And so I think that Luna is almost like, oh, that's really adorable. Like, we can agree that he's not a good teacher, but you're backing him, and that's awesome. Like, does that make sense? Yeah.
I think she's just sitting there like, oh my God, he's talking to me.
You are so hot. And Ron's like, it's just the red hair. It's not actually on fire.
Yeah.
It's a red hair joke.
Yeah. Let's see. So Harry is going to be consumed by the Hagrid mystery on the entire ride up. He's scanning the grounds for any lights that might be Hagrid's cabin, but there's nothing there. The grounds were in, and I like the way this sentence ends. It says, but the grounds were in complete darkness, which like that is just absolute foreshadowing for like, yeah, that's how it's going to be this year. It's going to be complete darkness at the castle.
It really is, yeah. The very next line as well is like a very different description we've ever had of Hogwarts Castle. It says, Hogwarts Castle, however, loomed ever closer, a towering mass of turrets, jet black against the dark sky. It's like, this is not usually like the warm, twinkling lights against the starry whatever. You know, it's like, okay.
Right, it's complete darkness, loomed, jet black, dark sky.
Right.
Yeah.
And you want to be here?
Right, yeah. It seems very, like, foreboding all of a sudden.
It does. It does.
But, of course, there's no sign of life from within Hagrid's cabin. Although, if I'm, like, Harry and I'm like, oh, my God, his cabin's not on and he wasn't there, it's like, well, he's probably just inside, right? Like,
yeah, right. Yeah. It feels like that would be, like, the next obvious thing. But, of course, the odd one is that, like, Grubbly Plank is down there doing the, like, chauffeuring the, chauffeuring? Chauffeuring. Oh, thank you. The first years across the lake, and we had a conversation about this at our last show, but it almost feels without a doubt that the giant squid is the thing that's guiding the boats across the water.
Oh yeah, like because it's not that it has to be the groundskeeper, it's that it has to be the person who's good with animals.
Exactly.
Right.
Otherwise, you could just send like Snape or McGonagall or Sprout.
Could be anybody.
Any of those other people. Yeah, we have plenty of staff to go around. Umbridge.
That would have been hilarious. It's like, well, it's a first year sort of tradition around here.
Yeah, all right, let me back up. Well, I was going to say, I think if Umbridge is on the boat, the giant squid just emerges and takes her down.
That's it right there. Whoops. Dumbledore's like, I didn't see that coming. I don't know what to do.
He just like walks away whistling.
Yeah.
Drink, anyone?
Drink, anyone? Anyone drinks? Okay, well, I guess I'll go do the feast.
Yeah.
You guys always want to work.
There'll be drinks there.
There'll be drinks there. It'll be fine. We should invite Dumbledore to have a drink. The squid should have it. Yeah.
The squid and Dumbledore having a drink. That's fan art we need.
That is the fan art we need.
Yeah.
Someone draw that. Let's see. And then he continues to wonder about the Thestrals in there. Why could Harry see them, but Ron not? Although they mentions here that Harry had once before had the experience of seeing something that Ron could not, but that had been a reflection in a mirror. So they're talking about the mirror of Erised there where they saw different things. But I feel like if I'm like the better example here is when he could hear the basilisk, but Ron couldn't.
That's true.
You know, because like that really was an actual monster and another magical creature.
You're exactly correct. And it's not like Ron didn't see, like that was them not understanding the Mirror of Erised. Like it's not like Harry saw something and Ron was like, it's just my reflection.
Like, Harry, what are you talking about? There's not a mirror there.
Harry's just standing in an empty room as far as Ron's concerned.
Yeah, so it's a little bit, I feel like, he's not remembering the basilisk here, which I think Ron would remember and be like, oh, yeah, that was something. Maybe you're right, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not hallucinating.
Like, maybe we should investigate that. Hermione, do you know anything? And Hermione's like, yes, of course I do. Obviously, I always do.
Of course I do.
Yeah. Then Harry's going to make his way up into the castle, and right away, it's like, Harry's been dealing with, like, the trial and everything all summer. The Dementors attacked. He's been at Grimmauld Place. Like, things have kind of been, like, up, down, all around. And right away when he gets there, people are like putting their heads together, whispering as he passed, and he's just dealing with the fact that the Daily Prophet has just been really throwing mud at his name all summer.
Yeah, so he's got to deal with that. Then I love the description of like anytime Luna's talking that she drifted away to the Ravenclaw table. Like she doesn't really walk, she drifts. She wanders.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually similar but completely opposite to Dementors because Mrs. Fig described them as like running.
Running, yeah.
Yeah, and Madame Bones is like Dementors don't run, they glide. Yeah. So Luna's gliding.
She's gliding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Luna's
yeah.
a Dementor. Exactly. No.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
And she wants to kiss Ron. Exactly.
Wait.
Then Ginny gets hailed by some completely unnamed fellow fourth years and left to sit with them, whoever they are.
I think that's just sort of like Ginny's popular. Like, she's like walking in and immediately people are like, Ginny, come in with us.
Yeah. Woo. Oh, you need to exit the scene now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So we got that. And then we run into Parvati and Lavender, who give Harry an overly friendly greeting that made him quite sure they'd stopped talking about him a split second before. But I feel like if they were saying bad things about him, they wouldn't be overly friendly to him then.
Unless it's sort of like, oh, Harry, hey, good summer.
Yeah. Well, that could be. But they do come to the DA meetings.
They do come to the DA meetings.
Yeah.
Everybody eventually comes around. So
Yes.
he's slowly going to start to win people back. Even that's kind of interesting because it's like when Voldemort's first regime is out in motion, it seems like at first more people are actually like kind of in agreement with like the messaging that he's sending. And it's not until it starts to become more extreme that Voldemort starts to lose people, and they're like, I don't know about all that. Like, we don't need to go and like kill everybody or anything.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's starting in a very similar place where everybody's kind of like skeptical and hesitant and like not really sure like what to believe. And it's hard to just ignore simply like what the primary news source. It's just sort of like, well, that's what it says.
Yeah.
So
They really need like a second newspaper.
yeah, they do. Like the Quibbler.
Like the Quibbler, exactly.
Yeah.
And the Wizarding World has one newspaper and one tabloid.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So they keep talking about Hagrid because now he's not up at the staff table either. Hermione's like, you don't think he's hurt or anything, do you? And then, they're like, no, definitely not hurt. And then they come to the really obvious conclusion that maybe he's not back bet. From his mission, the thing he was doing over the summer for Dumbledore. And it's like, yeah, duh, guys, come on. Figure that much out. Like, did you see Hagrid over the summer? Did he stop by number 12 Grimmauld Place?
No,
he did not. Even Snape and McGonagall did, but not Hagrid, okay?
That's right. But the thing to keep in mind, too, there is that, like, I think he's mostly done with his mission by now. It's actually just trying to escort Grop back to headquarters.
Yeah.
And this is, not to headquarters, back to the Forbidden Forest, rather. This is another one of those instances where I'm like, the Order of the Phoenix is not getting things done. Like, right? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. When Harry arrives at number 12, he finally gets the opportunity to like ask questions, and they start like going through, and it's like, well, what have you been doing? And it's like, well, Voldemort hasn't really been killing people, and it's like, okay, well, what are you guys up to? And it's like, well, we're trying to recruit new members, but it's not going very well because Sirius can't go out because he's like a wanted felon, and Lupin can't go anywhere because werewolves aren't like very good company, but we've managed to recruit Tonks and Kingsley. So they've got two people, and it's like, okay, cool, what are they up to? And it's like, well, Kingsley's whole thing is just basically diverting the hunt for Sirius, and it's like, okay, but that's
great,
not...
he can't be found right now.
Yeah.
He's in this house.
You know where he is. And
right.
So it's like, that's not really that helpful, especially because the person they're protecting can't do anything.
Yeah.
And then Hagrid went on a failed mission and then is spending like 2 months getting his brother back.
Right.
So he's not doing much either. So anyway, yeah, the order really needs to get their stuff together. It's a good thing Dumbledore's army is like en route.
Yeah, they're doing stuff, man.
Right.
They got stuff done, right? They're like, okay, we got to step up because that's it. And also, I guess Hermione said he's not hurt, and it's like, well, he is going to be pretty hurt when he gets back.
That's right. He won't care about being
He
hurt,
won't care about it, yeah.
but he is hurt.
But he is, yeah. I got to hold up some dragon stakes right up to his face there. Yeah, that's good for it. Let's see. So they get up there and they discover, who's that? She said sharply, pointing toward the middle of the table. This is going to be Hermione noticing Umbridge for the first time, which, ew, gross.
I know.
I know. Blah. Disgusting.
Yeah, and honestly, it even says Dumbledore's head was inclined towards the woman sitting next to him, who was talking into his ear. She looked, Harry thought, like somebody's maiden aunt, squat with short, curly, moose brown hair, in which she had placed a horrible pink Alice band that matched the fluffy pink cardigan that she wore over her robes.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say that I'm glad that everyone recognizes the ridiculousness of this cardigan.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to keep coming up. They're like,
it is going to keep coming up. I also love that like Harry's like, she looked like somebody's maiden aunt, and it's like Harry's maiden aunt would be Aunt Marge, and that's exactly who she reminds me of. She is like Aunt Marge 2.0.
She is.
Right? I mean, if the Malfoys are just the worst version of the Dursleys, Umbridge is a way, somehow worse version of the puppy drowning Aunt Marge. Just right away. She is. She's like. I don't know if you think there's any significance here, but it says that Dumbledore is wearing deep purple robes scattered with silvery stars, which I'm pretty sure are the same robes he was wearing when he dropped Harry off at the Dursleys.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's a deep throwback,
right? Yeah.
You think he's trying to signal something to Harry there?
Like it's like a new beginning, Harry.
Right. Do you remember when you were 1?
Yeah. Yeah. You remember when you were 1 and I left you with those terrible people? Bad person here too.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here.
Now you're 15. I'm going to leave you with her.
Yeah, yeah. Could you know what else the Order of the Phoenix isn't doing?
What?
Volunteering to be the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor.
Right?
What is Dumbledore doing? This is an educational decree. It is like the ministry is like, if you can't find someone, we're going to install someone there. And Dumbledore's like, ugh, I cannot think of where to find anyone. It's not like I have a whole organization of Aurors I can call on.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to let this one slide.
Yep. Too bad. Too bad. Yep. So anyway, Harry identifies her as Umbridge right away, and Hermione's like, "Who?" And Harry says, "She was at my hearing. She works for Fudge." And then Ron's like, "Nice cardigan."
Yeah.
It's not that
Got
nice.
him.
Yeah. So Hermione right away though, like the pieces of the puzzle just click into place way faster for her than anybody else. She's just like, she works for Fudge. What on earth is she doing here then? Don't know. Yeah. So she's definitely starting to pick up on the fact that the ministry is absolutely interfering.
Yeah, she's like right away. She's like, oh no, she's the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor. Uh-oh.
Yep, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. But then we see Grubbly Plank arrive at the staff table, which means that all the first years have made their way successfully, thanks to the giant squid, to the castle.
Yep, exactly.
And it says that Professor McGonagall was carrying a stool on which sat an ancient wizard's hat, surrounded by way too many candles.
Yeah.
It's weird that they put that in the book.
Yeah,
yeah. But it doesn't actually specify how many legs that the stool has, which is surprising.
It is surprising.
It's such a back and forth thing.
Constantly in flux.
Right.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, obviously, the hat is going to break into its start of year song. Which what do you think? You got this?
Well, I think we'll just all sing it from memory, right? Okay, so on 3. In the times of old when I was new and Hogwarts barely started. No, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Oh, no. It goes on for so long. Look at this. It's still going. Oh, my gosh. The founders of our noble school thought never to be parted. United by a common goal, they had the self-same yearning to make the world's best magic school and pass along their learning. Together we will build and teach, the 4 good friends decided, and never did they dream that they might someday be divided. For were there such friends anywhere as Slytherin and Gryffindor? Woo! That's probably how he sang it. Unless it was the second pair of Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. So how could it have gone so wrong? How could such friendship... How could such... Why, I was there, so I could tell the whole sad sorry tale. Said Slytherin, we'll teach just those whose ancestry is purest. Said Ravenclaw, we'll teach those whose intelligence is surest. Said Gryffindor, we'll teach all those with brave deeds to their name. Said Hufflepuff, I'll teach the lot and treat them just the same, which is the only rational one at all.
Hufflepuff's got it in one.
Hufflepuff is the only one who's like, guys, this is a school.
They just want to learn.
They just want to learn. These differences caused little strife when they first came to light, for each the four founders had a house in which they might take only those they wanted to. For instance, Slytherin took only pure-blood wizards of great cunning, just like him, and only those of sharpest mind were taught by Ravenclaw, while the bravest and the boldest went to daring Gryffindor. Good Hufflepuff, she took the rest and taught them all she knew. Thus the houses and the founders retained friendships firm and true. So Hogwarts worked in harmony for several happy years, but then discord crept among us, feeding on our faults and fears. There's like a whole page here. We're going. The houses that, like pillars four, had once held up our school, now turned upon each other and divided, sought to rule. And for a while it seemed the school must meet an early end, what with dueling and with fighting and the clash of friend on friend. And at last there came a morning where old Slytherin departed, and though the fighting then died out, he left us quite downhearted. And never did the founders four, were whittled down to three, have the houses been united as they once were meant to be. And now the sorting hat is here, as you all know the score. I sort you into houses, because that is what I'm for. But this year I'll go further, listen closely to my song. Though condemned I am to split you, still I worry that it's wrong. Though I must fulfill my duty, and must quarter every year, still I wonder whether sorting may not bring the end I fear. Oh no, the perils, read the signs, the warning history shows. For our Hogwarts is in danger from external deadly foes, and we must unite inside her, or we'll crumble from within. I have told you, I have warned you, let the sorting now begin! Woo! Oh, what on? Oh, man. Thank you, guys.
I am so proud of you. Wow.
And now you, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. From the top, everyone. Oh my gosh. Maybe on the in studio version. You know, that way. And we'll put it on Spotify, and we'll make it a whole thing. Yeah. Oh gosh.
It just goes on and on.
It does go on and on. No, yeah. I'm very impressed though. It's absolutely amazing. This is it's really like an interesting piece of Hogwarts lore that you've got the Sorting Hat basically existing in the headmaster's office for the entire year, taking in everything that presumably Dumbledore and the various portraits are discussing about what's happening in the greater wizarding world.
Yeah.
It's observing a lot. Like, it kind of knows what's going on.
It's the through line.
It's the through line. Yeah. But I also think it's really, like, this is, like, such specific founders lore that kind of gives us, like, some layers of insight. Of course, I wish we had more of it.
Way more.
Yeah, it says,
I feel like we skate over a lot.
I know. It says, why I was there and so can tell the holes had starry tale.
I won't.
It's like we'll sing all of it if you tell us all of it.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so then it says that Slytherin will teach us those whose ancestry is purest. And this is like, it's the point I always come back to when it comes to Slytherin, because they were living in a drastically different time.
Yeah,
like,
1,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago. Like, the wizarding populace doesn't have a government at the time. They don't have schools at the time. Like, there is nothing out there that is, like, unifying these people and, like, bringing them together in a way that, like, provides them a layer of safety from outside persecution.
Right.
So, like, this really could be, like, one of those things where it's, like, it says ancestry is purest, but, like, I've always believed that there's a decent possibility that this is out of safety and not, like, genuine, like, blood purity.
Right.
You know,
like it's like I can see so many reasons this could be. I can see some, like, Slytherin hears some, like, prophecy that is like the half-blood ancestor, your half-blood descendant will be the darkest wizard ever or something, and he's like, well, we got to stop that.
This could be dangerous.
Right. And manages to, like, hold it off for 1,000 years, but sure enough,
until Tom Riddle.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Because then the other thing that I think is kind of fascinating about it is that, like, it's like Slytherin seems like the odd one out, right? But it also says, now turned upon each other and divided sought to rule. So, like,
that sounds like all four of them want to be in charge.
That's exactly right.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, right? You guys come across as such nice guys.
I know. Mm-hmm,
no, I'm just kidding. You are. But it is curious because like that to me never reads as if like this is a situation because otherwise it seems like Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff would have just unified against Slytherin. Like, like the old adage is basically like, world peace is dead simple. We just need an alien invasion. Like, the common enemy. And in this case, it's like we're not getting, like, it doesn't seem like that's what the illustration is suggesting.
Right.
Like, it's almost like Salazar must be upset, and that must be making Godric upset at someone else as well.
Right. Yeah.
Not,
it's
not
like
the Salazar.
it seems like it's like the way this song makes it sound is like all four of them are pretty upset, and Slytherin leaves, and they're like that resolves the fighting.
Well, for the most part, but that's the other thing that I also think is really fascinating because it says, "And at last there came a morning when old Slytherin departed." Like, this is not like what we're witnessing with like a Tom Riddle of the modern day. It's not like Tom Riddle shows up and is sort of like, well, I'm a little bit different from everybody. I should probably just go exile myself.
Right. Like, he's like, I'm different, so I'll kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where like Slytherin, it's like he might like literally be looking at what's going on with the school, and it says like, and for a while it seemed the school must meet an early end.
Well,
like,
it says, when he leaves, it says he left us quite downhearted.
Right.
That makes it sound like they woke up and they were just like, they
left?
missed him.
Right.
Yeah. They're
Yes.
like, we failed him or something or
Exactly.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. So, but to me, like part of it almost makes me wonder whether or not like Slytherin's departure is almost like maybe more of like a martyr type situation where he's sort of like, the school can't exist with me, so I must exit.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and that makes it really paints it in a completely different light than how we normally.
We need the founder's story, man. We need the founder's story.
I know. Yeah.
But then it says, like, I mean, even when it says, like, they have the solution, like, we'll each just teach different people. Thus, the houses and their founders retained friendships firm and true, and they worked in harmony for several happy years. But it says, but then discord crept among us. And it's like, but why? Why? What was the discord? What was it? Now, because it goes to fighting,
Right.
Something happens.
I know. So
Something happens.
It's so frustrating that it tells us, it's like, I was there. I know the whole story.
Because,
like,
I mean, the other part is where it says that for were there such friends anywhere as Slytherin and Gryffindor, and Slytherin is the one who leaves, and it's like, it just sounds like they were such good friends. And it's like them leaving, whatever cracks between them is the same war Harry and Voldemort are fighting.
Right.
Like, this is the beginning, because it is since then, later in the song, that it says, like, since he left, the houses have never been united the way they were meant to be. It's like, they're still dealing with it. This is where Tom Riddle comes from.
So their legacy as a school is like a little shaky at best, because all four founders were still alive at this point in time. It's existed for 1,000 years.
I know.
And since the founders were last there, they've not been united.
Right.
Yeah.
While three of them were still there.
Right.
Yeah, it's still hasn't been united since then for basically 1,000 years. So I guess they, either way, still the best magic school in the land. But
right.
yeah. Not great. There's no synergy. It's like, have the houses been united as they once were meant to be? It's like they should all be together and make the school better, but instead they're like hurting themselves by doing it.
That's exactly right. And then the other giant irony about this is that in the end, Voldemort is sort of like, my house will be good enough for everyone. And it's sort of like, well, you're saying it in a way that feels very evil, but on some level, you might have a point.
Well, I feel like what he's going to do, though, is say, I know what you mean. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll eliminate sorting or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. And he still wants to call it Hogwarts, but then sort everyone into Slytherin, which is just call that like Slytherin School for Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Right.
Yeah. But at the same rate, I feel like what he's going to do is be like, if you wouldn't fit in Slytherin, you will not be coming. Yeah.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
Yeah. But the other grand mystery is that Tom Riddle exists, which means there's a lineage of Slytherin, which means he had a baby with someone. He had someone he loved.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Who are they?
Who was she? It feels important. It feels really important.
Yes. Can you tell that this is the part of this? It's like we can't theory ourselves out of this one.
I know.
It's not like you can just find information that doesn't exist.
I know.
Therefore, we must write it.
Therefore, we must write it. I know.
Oh, so our song ends, and the hat became motionless once more. Applause broke out, though it was punctured.
Yeah. For the first time in Harry's memory, which is to say he's only been to like 2 other ones. So, yeah. And the first time he, was pretty nervous.
He was pretty nervous because he was about to be sorted. So maybe what he should really do is like look around and be like, is this normal?
Is this normal? You guys, is it regular?
Yeah.
Pretty good here? Yeah. But then I love Ron's response, branched out a bit, and Harry's like, too right it has.
Harry's like, he's speaking my own thoughts right back at me right now.
Yeah. But Harry cannot remember it ever giving advice before, and Hermione questions that too. I wonder if it's ever giving warnings, and nearly had this Nick speaks up and is like, oh, yes, indeed. To which I'm like, when? When were the other times it did it? Now I want to know that too. Like, last time Voldemort was coming up? Are you talking about like Grindelwald? Other times? Other examples, please?
It almost has to be Grindelwald because I wrote in here, I was like, Chamber of Secrets when it like opened back like when Tom Riddle was there in 1942, but it almost can't be because
it wouldn't have happened yet.
It wouldn't have happened during the school year yet, and then the problem is theoretically resolved by the end of the school year because that's where the framing of Hagrid takes place.
Yeah.
So it's like it almost certainly needs to be, at least that would have been the most recent, would have been while Grindelwald was rising to power.
Yeah, you'd have to think then. Or it could have been when Voldemort was rising to power the first time. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, the first Wizarding War would have been the other big one.
Or I guess any other terrible event in the other 900 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely something happened.
Surely something. Yeah. It wasn't always just so peachy at Hogwarts.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, so anyway, the nearly headless Nick does say that the hat feels itself honor-bound to give the school due warning whenever it feels, and then gets cut off. But because Professor McGonagall steps forward and calls out a little piece of trivia here, which is the first person who's going to be sorted in year 5. So good question. Please don't ask us in the future.
No, you know what? I can remember this one.
Yeah.
You and Abercrombie.
Because of like... the song?
Well,
the store?
Yeah, you and Abercrombie and Fitch here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. But also because you and Abercrombie is going to get mentioned like 5 times in this chapter. He comes up a lot and then never again.
Never again.
Never.
I thought the same. I literally pulled out my app to search the entire book for the name Abercrombie and Ewan, and the only time it shows up in the entire series is in this chapter.
Like, he is being set up like another Colin Creevey character.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's even sorted into Gryffindor.
Even to Gryffindor, yeah.
Right.
But no, he's not going to come up again. Other than to, no, that's it. It's just this chapter, but like 5 times.
Right, yes. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly right. So then the sorting goes through its entire process and ends with another piece of trivia, which is Zeller Rose.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what she gets sorted in Hufflepuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Rose Zeller, Hufflepuff. Got it. Boom. There you go. The army builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Badgers.
At this point, Harry can hear Ron's stomach rumbling loudly. It's per usual, I guess. Yeah. But then Dumbledore stands up, and Harry is somehow soothed to see Dumbledore, even though he's had some recent bitter feelings for him. Even though his long-anticipated return to Hogwarts was full of unexpected surprises, like jarring notes and a familiar song, this, at least, was how it was supposed to be. The headmaster rising to greet them all. And that's going to go wrong, too.
Like, do you mean because his right away what he's going to say is basically just like, this is not a time for speech making, but there is a time for speech making, but this is not it.
Well, that's his usual spiel.
Okay.
He usually says that, but when he actually stands up to make the speech, the other the start of term, Dumbledore, not going to go right.
Not going to go right.
No.
You're right. Yes, absolutely.
Nope.
So yeah, that's really all Harry wants right now is any degree of normalcy. He just wants something to be what it's supposed to be.
Right. Even the sorting song is not like just the usual upbeat thing. It's like, there's trouble. This ain't good.
Great. Good. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so the food appears and Ron's like, excellent. Yeah, and he just starts digging in.
Digging in hard.
Yes.
This chapter might be where all the Ron eating memes come from.
Right.
Yeah.
Will you stop eating?
Yeah. Oh, man, because right away they resume talking to Nick, and it says Ron, who is now eating roast potatoes with an almost indecent enthusiasm. Stuffing them in there.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
And of course, its advice is always the same. Stand together, be strong from within. How could it no scoop the danger if it?
That's what Ron says.
Yeah.
Through his mouthful of potatoes.
And then I spent way too much time trying to Mad Gabs it out, only to realize that 3 lines down it says, how can it know if the school's in danger if it's a hat?
Yeah, there it is.
So that was disappointing.
But it doesn't really do the next one, so maybe we can Mad Gab that one out.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, but I feel like Nick's telling them that, oh, it's done it before, it's always the same, stand together, be strong, blah, 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 blah. It like undercuts the Sorting Hat's message a little bit.
Right, like almost as like, oh, of course, once again, it's doing its thing.
Yeah.
Probably nothing to worry about.
Right, it's like it always does the same thing, it always works out, whatever, you don't listen. It's like, no, listen to the Sorting Hat, because you do need, and it's also, the Sorting Hat is being it's also a bit of foreshadowing for the end of Deathly Hallows, where it says, for our Hogwarts is in danger from external deadly foes, and we must unite inside her, or we'll crumble from within. And that very nearly comes to pass, literally inside the school.
It does.
And it is not until after Voldemort has returned with the conquering army and like Slughorn returns with like some extra fellow students.
Right.
And like the Slytherins are officially united inside Hogwarts with the other houses that they truly finally defeat Voldemort.
Yes, you're exactly correct. And I think that this is kind of like a missed opportunity for the book of Order of the Phoenix, though, because like it's giving you this big setup. We have this massive emphasis on unifying underneath the castle. And it's like when the DA comes about, to me, that's like the ripe opportunity to have like a Slytherin show up.
Right.
Like have someone step forward and make it feel like, okay.
Right,
like,
we have a Slytherin in here.
Right, exactly. But no.
No, no one will. Instead, they're all going to be on the Inquisitorial Squad.
That's right.
Further dividing things.
Yeah, if anything, more opposition.
More opposition.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's see. Where are we here? So then Nick says, of course, the hat lives in Dumbledore's office, so I dare say it picks up things. He must know a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
But Harry's like, yeah, kind of like what we just said. He says, and wants all the houses to be friends? Fat chance. Yeah. Which is a lesson he is eventually going to have to learn, that they do all need to be friends.
Right.
And like when it comes to it again in the Battle of Hogwarts, he will save Draco like several times that night.
True. Yep, exactly. Then we finally get, have we seen this before, Nick's full name? Because we're getting a bit of an exchange about how he would never dream of seeking an argument with the Bloody Baron. And then Ron's like, only because you're terrified of him. And then nearly headless Nick looked highly affronted. Terrified? I, Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, have never been guilty of cowardice in my life. It's like, well, you chose to be a ghost, so maybe in death.
That's, yes. Oh. Got him. Exactly. Yes. The noble blood that runs in my veins. And of course he says noble blood, and I'm only going to point it out because the noble and most ancient house of Black has the word noble in it. And I'm like, could Nick be like far up the Black family tree somewhere?
Ooh.
Somewhere over there?
That's kind of a neat thought.
I know, yeah. I have no idea where he would go because it goes way far back.
He's way far back, and he probably have been blasted off because isn't the thing he's like ultimately beheaded for like trying to help a Muggle woman fix her teeth?
Yeah, like dentistry or something.
Yeah. And so it's like they'd be like, "Oh, he was being like a Muggle dentist? No, thank you.
No thanks.
Yeah, not a member of this family, not anymore.
Nope. We're no longer the Mimsy Porpingtons.
No way. Exactly.
We're changing names.
Then Ron is just having quite the chapter because, he says, the noble blood that runs in my veins. And Ron's like, what blood? Surely you haven't still got any. And Nick's like, it's a figure of speech.
Ron is so bad at talking to ghosts. When he talks to Myrtle, he has the same problems.
Yes, you're exactly. Yeah. Maybe Ron's got like a little thing against ghosts for some reason.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably because he lives beneath like a ghoul in his attic. He's like, I don't like this.
He's just always clanking around.
Always clanking around. I can't get any peace ever.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's see. We have Hermione just like, Nick, he wasn't laughing at you, but Nick is not having it. He's like, I'm gonna go sit with the Creevy brothers. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
They're better company than you. Their dad's a milkman. Yeah.
Their dad's a milkman. The coolest. But then we have that little mad gab there at the top because unfortunately Ron's mouth was packed to exploding point again, and all he could manage was Node inum intup setu. Node. Node, Edom.
Mean to upset you. Oh, you're right.
Oh! No, I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh! Bravo! You guys are so good. I stared at that for like 5 minutes today.
Same!
I was like, I got to figure this out.
I didn't even take a stab at it. I left no notes.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
have to go back. Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I'll
You
be
guys
sure to
solved
credit
it.
you guys.
Bravo. You guys must be good at Mad Gabs.
That's right.
Yep. Of course, Nick doesn't think that's an adequate apology.
Right. Yes. But yeah. So then we get another exchange between Hermione and Ron. Hermione's like, "Well done, Ron," and Ron's like, "What?"
Not allowed to ask a simple question.
It's just like,
she was like eye roll.
"Oh,
Like,
forget it." And I was just like, "Oh, young love."
yeah, there it is. Oh,
Yeah.
look, they're falling in love, sitting there for the rest of the meal in a huffy silence.
Yeah.
Ron's probably, Luna's over at the Ravenclaw table, like, oh no, they're fighting. Bummer.
That's just too bad.
Harry, in the meantime, enjoys some steak and kidney pie, has a plate of his favorite treacle tart, which is trivia I do know.
That is one.
I
Yeah,
got
there's
that
great continuity about this.
Yeah.
Harry loves himself some treacle tart.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. But then he's feeling pleasantly drowsy now. His 4-poster bed was waiting somewhere above him, wonderfully warm and soft. Or so you think.
Or so you
Because
think.
guess what? Even going to bed isn't going to go right this year.
No. It's going to be a whole thing, complete with 4-poster hangings being ripped off. and
Ripped
everything.
down.
Yeah. So things that continue to not go Harry's way.
Yeah.
But then Dumbledore does stand up and says, "Well, now that we're all digesting another magnificent feast, I beg a few moments of your attention for the usual start of term notices."
Yes. First years ought to know the forest grounds is out of bounds, and a few of our older students ought to know now, too. To which Harry, Ron, and Hermione are like, that's us. He's talking about us. We made it into the opening speech. You hear that? That's amazing. That said, though, they are going to make many, many trips into the forest this year once Hagrid comes back with Grop.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, they don't follow that advice at all.
Not at all.
Then we get another big piece of trivia. Mr. Filch, the caretaker, has asked me for what he tells me is the 462nd time to remind you that all magic is not permitted in the corridors between classes.
Wow. We're really keeping track of that number, isn't he?
Dumbledore really just trolls Filch
All the time.
every available opportunity.
Yeah.
He's just not a fan of Filch.
He is not.
No.
No, I don't think he is. He's definitely trolling him here. He's like, magic's not allowed. Definitely Mr. Filch, who you all just know and love. He has told me, get this, 460 times, don't do magic in the corridor.
Right.
Exactly.
You've been listening.
You
Thank
have been
you.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'd get rid of him, I'm good. I can't. So just go ahead and do your magic. Do whatever.
Do your magic. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine. That's what you're
but-
here to learn.
Yeah. Then Dumbledore announces the 2 changes in staffing. They welcome back Professor Grubbly Plank. So that makes it sound like Hagrid's replacement is pretty permanent. He doesn't mention Hagrid at all, which once he comes back, he does take over. So you have to think that he's just trying not to draw attention to the fact that Hagrid's not there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So. Then it also says, "We are delighted to introduce Professor Umbridge," to which I was like, "We are most certainly not delighted."
We are not
Yeah.
delighted. Oh, they're booing at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody just walked in out of context, they'd be like, "Wow, this place
Wow,
is
this. Oh man,
not going well."
those guys are bombing. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Then Dumbledore tries to continue. Tryouts for the house Quidditch teams will take place on the... And then it happens.
And then it happens. Ugh. Oh, no. That's going to keep happening. This, too, Umbridge is taking this move straight out of Dumbledore's playbook.
He truly and honestly, because when we go back to the trial, there's a moment where there's a lot of uproar, and Dumbledore will audibly clear his throat, and it causes silence to fall over the whole room. So Umbridge was definitely like, "Okay, clear throat. Yes, I can do that. No problem
got
whatsoever."
that.
Yep. Easy
How
enough.
did he do it? Nice and calm and kind of passively. Okay, I got it. I can do that. That was good. That was just like him. I nailed it. Way to go, Dolores.
Yeah, way to go, Dolores.
Psyching herself up in the mirror.
It's upsetting to think about Umbridge looking in the mirror, hyping herself up, and referring to herself as Dolores.
It is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to picture that.
Nope.
Yeah. Let's see here. Dumbledore only looked taken aback for a moment, then he sat back down smartly and looked alertly at Professor Umbridge, as though he desired nothing better than to listen to her talk.
Yeah.
Other members of staff were not as adept at hiding their surprise. Professor Sprout's eyebrows had disappeared into her flyaway hair, and Professor McGonagall's mouth was as thin as Harry had ever seen it. To which I'm just like, McGonagall, kill her now.
Kill it, do it, just do it now. This is where she busts out the Pier Totem Locomotor.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
So if that happens, is it just like a suit of armor charging in and like jousting her?
That's right, yeah. He's like, well, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. I didn't know what to do. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
I read about it in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like Dumbledore does not necessarily have to let this happen. Like, he could be like, hold on. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Right. I'm headmaster here.
Yes.
Right.
But instead, I like the phrasing. He sat back down smartly and looked alertly at her as though he desired nothing better. And I feel like what he's really doing here is he's just like, go ahead and set your show. He's like, let me show, don't tell.
Yes.
Go ahead and show them your true. Do it, Dolores. Go. So let's see how good this is going to go. This is going to go bad.
I think that this is actual good life advice if you're dealing with an unreasonable person, is just simply allow the truth to out. Like,
yeah.
You don't need to beat them in that moment. They will show their colors all on their own.
Yes. Yeah. Well said.
Thank you.
Yes, that is exactly what Dumbledore's doing, and it happens immediately. He's exactly right to use this move on her. Let's see. Many of the students were smirking. This woman obviously did not know how things were done at Hogwarts. Ooh, no, she does not. No, she does not. She's going to prove that time over and over here. And then Harry's amazing instincts are, of course, right on display here as she begins talking. It says, her voice was high-pitched, breathy, and a little girlish. And again, Harry felt a powerful rush of dislike that he could not explain to himself. And it's like, don't worry, Harry. Your instincts are spot on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I literally wrote, big same, Harry. Big same.
Yeah, big same.
So she gave another little throaty or a throat-clearing cough. She continued. And then she really is just speaking so downly to all of the people in the room. Like she says, and let's see here. I must say, so happy to see the little faces looking back at me. And they're just like, the whole room is just sort of like little faces.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, no. We're at least 11.
Yeah, we're at least 11.
Right.
Even the 11-year-olds are like, hey, we're bigger than that. Yeah. Also, it says she smiled, revealing very pointed teeth, to which I feel like not enough attention is drawn to.
Yeah.
Like, does she have sharp teeth?
I don't know.
That's what it says.
It's big Enobaria energy.
What?
Yeah. Enobaria from the Hunger Games.
It is Enobaria energy.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like they should keep bringing this up.
Right. Umbridge is straight from the capital. That's what you heard.
That's
it here
right.
first.
Umbridge is from the capital.
Right.
Exactly.
And she says, I'm sure we'll be very good friends. And I'm like, I am so not sure about that.
Yeah. And then Parvati gets in a nice slam here, and she whispers to Lavender, and both of them or she says, I'll be her friend as long as I don't have to borrow that cardigan. Oh! Got him.
Oh,
I was like, oh, good one, Parvati. Oh, man, you're back in my good books.
That's right. Yep. So then Professor Umbridge clears her throat again. And now she sounds much more businesslike and goes into what sounds like a very practiced speech.
So I noticed this too. Even like the way the print appears on the page is boring. Like, if you look at any given page of Harry Potter, there's lots of, like, indentations and dialogue, and it's all broken up and stuff. But, like, even, it reminds you of, like, an email you didn't read because it was just a giant block of text. There's no indentations. It's just a big, straight down the line, boring block of text. You definitely were like, yeah, okay, sure. That was a bad email, and I'm not reading it.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, Hermione is listening very carefully, and she's going to pick up a lot of like the snippets. But one of the ones that caught my attention right away is the treasure trove of magical knowledge amassed by our ancestors must be guarded. And it's like, it's a sentiment that sounds fine enough, but it's also like, guarded from who?
From who? You're teaching all of them.
Right. It's like we're at wizard school, and if you don't know how to do magic, then you can't do magic.
Right. Guarded from who? The people in question are, of course, the Muggles.
Right.
Or the Muggle-borns eventually when it comes to Umbridge.
That's exactly what I think is really going on here. Is it's like it needs to be guarded from the people who we don't think deserve this knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. And then she starts, even the way she phrases this, she says, every headmaster and headmistress here at Hogwarts has brought something new to the weighty task of governing this historic school. So she's talking like she's already the headmistress here.
Yes.
Like she's like, this is how I'll be doing things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here.
Then, of course,
For without progress, there will be stagnation and decay. There again, progress for progress' sake must be discouraged.
Oh, that's the big one.
That's the big one. For our tried and tested traditions often require no tinkering. So, that's just basically saying like tradition is greater than discovery.
Yeah, this is a complete BS. Progress is never for the sake of progress, right? People are not just doing it to be different. There's problems that people are trying to progress past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Then where do we go from there? Over at the Ravenclaw table, Cho Chang was chatting animatedly with her friends. A few seat along from Cho, Luna Lovegood had out the Quibbler again.
Nice.
Meanwhile, at the Hufflepuff table, Ernie Macmillan was one of the few still staring at Professor Umbridge, but he was glassy-eyed, and Harry was sure that he was only pretending to listen in an attempt to live up to the new prefix badge gleaming on his chest.
Nice, yeah. Good for you, Ernie. Good for you. Way to try. But then we get some very big foreshadowing here. It says, Professor Umbridge did not seem to notice the restlessness of her audience, nor does she care. She will not care what anyone thinks, really. Because then this is huge, where it says, Harry had the impression that a full-scale riot could have broken out under her nose and she would have plowed on with her speech. This is literally going to happen. There will be full-scale riots against Umbridge in the school, and she will plow on like they have no point at all. Like, literally everyone at the school will be rioting against her, and she's like, you're all wrong, and I'm right, so too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah. And I also think this is like very symbolic of like the way that everybody checks out while Umbridge is talking is also like symbolic of like the belief that Harry is lying about Voldemort's return. Like it's kind of just like people are just like, yeah, I doubt it. You know, like how big of a problem could it really be?
Right.
But it's only going to continue to grow.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see. So her Hermione is drinking it in. The words were not to her taste at all. She says, in the fullness of time, or let's see, because some changes will be for the better, while others will come in the fullness of time to be recognized as heirs of judgments, where others outmoded and outworn must be abandoned. Which, if you ask me, if you're just like, oh yeah, this way we were doing things, we shouldn't do it that way, so let's do it this way instead, that's progress. Yeah, so
you're changing the plan.
You're changing things for the better, so you just said we shouldn't do progress for progress' sake. Instead, what we need is progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's just contradicting herself right in her own speech.
Right, yes.
Yep.
So anyway, she finally gets to the end of the speech. She sits down, Dumbledore claps, and the staff follows his lead, but Harry noticed that several of them had brought their hands together only once or twice before stopping.
That would feel so bad.
That was a little like animated for my liking, honestly.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Yo, it's like we're there.
It's like we're there.
Thank you very much, Professor Umbridge. That was most illuminating, he said, bowing to her. Now, as I was saying, Quidditch tryouts will be held. And he's literally, like, picking up exactly where he left off.
Like nothing happened.
He makes he doesn't respond to anything that she's just said. Like, you know, it's literally just like, I was halfway through making, like, a pretty mundane announcement, and now that's where I will continue.
Right.
But we don't actually find out when Quidditch tryouts are going to be in this particular conversation. Also, this is the first time we've ever heard of Quidditch tryouts.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think they've mentioned it before.
Have they?
Yeah. Just the Gryffindors haven't, like, Wood didn't conduct tryouts. You know, he's like, I got my team, that's it.
Locked.
Yeah,
okay, that's true. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Angelina's sort of like, we can't do what Wood did.
Yeah.
Just using the same old players.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So they do mention them, but I guess maybe Ron doesn't even. You'd think Ron doesn't even hear him because twice his conversation gets cut off right when Dumbledore is about to say when the tryouts are. But I like how Dumbledore says that was most illuminating. Yes, he's like he doesn't say that was good.
Yeah.
Just like I hope everyone heard what she said because that was crap.
It's trying to real light on what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, and that's exactly how Hermione hears it. She's like, it sure was illuminating, not enjoyable, illuminating. And she has explained it to the boys as usual.
Yep.
Yep. that the ministry is going to be interfering at Hogwarts. And it's like, yeah, oh boy, are they? You have no idea just yet, kids.
But at that point, obviously, the end of year feast is concluding, and Hermione reminds Ron that they're supposed to be showing the first years where to go. And Ron just like immediately is. I don't even think I can say the line, but you guys know what it is? Yeah. But he's like, you lot! That's it. And Hermione's like, Ron?
Ron is going to be the worst prefect.
He really, yes, absolutely has got to be. And then Hermione just immediately falls into step. First years, this way, please. And so she's just sort of like a better version of Percy.
Yeah, just better, a little bit. Yeah, she never goes, all anti everyone.
Harry then has like that very relatable experience where he's looking at all the first years though, and they all look so small, and he's like, surely I wasn't that small when I arrived here. And I remember when I was in 8th grade and the 6th graders arrived, and I was like, wow, they're all so little. Yeah. So it's a very real thing.
It is a real thing. Yeah, it's like, man, these guys are huge. Then Harry's walking around. He grins at them. He's like trying to be welcoming them, but then the blonde boy, Ewan Abercrombie and Fitch, looks petrified and whispered something in his ear. Ewan Abercrombie and Fitch looked equally frightened and stole a horrified look at Harry, who felt the grin slide off his face like stink sap.
Right.
So it's just like, wow, even this first year's judging me. Great, cool. All right, I'll see you later.
This is a good way to start. Yeah. So
good way to start.
He had been stupid not to expect this. He thought angrily as he walked through the much emptier upstairs corridors. Of course, everyone was staring at him. He had emerged from the Triwizard Maze 2 months ago, clutching the dead body of a fellow student and claiming to have seen Lord Voldemort return to power.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It was pretty funny, I agree.
But this is actually kind of rich because it says there had not been a time last term to explain himself before everyone went home, even if he had felt up to giving the whole school a detailed account of the terrible events that had happened in the graveyard. And it's like when Harry gets up into the dormitory in just a few minutes, Seamus is literally going to be like, it was sort of a tough summer. My mom didn't want me to come back. Why? Because of you, Harry. Because of everything the Daily Prophet's been saying. And he's like, can you just tell me, like, what happened out there? And it's like, they're in the dormitory with people they've spent 4 full years with. It's like these kids are reasonably close friends. This is the appropriate time to ask that question.
Yeah.
And Harry's going to be like, well, if you don't believe me, and it's like, Harry, tell him what happened.
I know. It feels like Seamus is really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
And Harry is just like, oh, well, if you don't believe me, okay, if you think I'm joking about Cedric's death, I mean, it is a joke, but like... But at the same rate, Dumbledore does tell them what happened, like, pretty right away.
Yes.
At the end of the last year. And, like, now everyone has to leave, and I guess they've just had time to think it over.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. But also, can I just say that Harry gets out of the Great Hall, takes several, like, secret concealed shortcuts, and makes his way up to the common room, and apparently is, like, everyone else was sprinting there. He's going to get in there. It seems like Harry gets up there first, but no. The Weasleys are both in there. Seamus and Dean have beaten him there.
Right.
Like, how do they all get there so much faster than him?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it doesn't follow
They don't.
very well.
I mean, like, Fred and George, they had the Marauders map. But Seamus and Dean, what are they doing? How many secret corridors can they possibly know about?
Maybe they're just really fast.
I guess so.
They're on the Hogwarts track team.
Yeah, right. The Hogwarts track team.
You know,
they should be on the Hogwarts cross country team. Exactly.
Yeah, you know who's not on it?
Hermione.
Yeah.
She sure isn't.
You guys, this is so fun. It's like you really do watch the show. This is I love it. Okay, now here's a big question. I don't know if this is Dumbledore's big plan fodder or not, but he does make it to the portrait of the fat lady, and he doesn't know the password.
Because that's another thing. Everyone else does.
Everyone else does.
How do they know?
Well, especially Neville, because the password happens to be Mimbulus Mimbletonia, which is the incredibly rare plant that Neville just received over the summer.
Yeah.
And what I think is interesting about this, why I think it could be some Dumbledore's big plan fodder, is because it's almost like Dumbledore cluing Harry. Like he's dropping like a little Easter egg for him, like pay attention to Neville. And sure enough, like when they get up into the dormitory, the same thing. Like you're gonna have this big feud with Seamus, like Dean sort of just kind of playing like Switzerland. But Neville will chime in and be like, we believe you. Like, we believe Dumbledore. We believe Harry. Like, you know, we think we canceled our Daily Prophet subscription. So it's like, I don't know. And then like Neville does go on to be like a key member of Dumbledore's army. So I could be reading too much into it. It could just be like a neat little Easter egg, but it's sort of like, it seems odd.
No, I think you're totally onto something here. And I'm going to keep paying attention to the Mimbulus Mimbletonia throughout the book, Ben, because as far as I'm concerned, Dumbledore just made the password Harry Potter. Because Harry is the Mimbulus Mimbletonia. As far as I'm concerned.
You think, symbolically speaking, that Harry is a kind of beige-colored small cactus?
That's right. That's right.
That releases stink sap?
Correct. Exactly. Okay. Stick with me here. When they're on the train, Neville produces the Mimbulus Mimbletonia, and he's like, guys, check this out. I'm about to do something. And what he does is he picks his little spot with his wand, and he pokes it, and he goes, and explodes all over the place, right? That's what the Mimbulus Mimbletonia does. It sprays everyone with stink sap. It, like, reacts angrily when poked, right? Okay? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Harry is the Mimbulus Mimbletonia all year. Someone's like, hey, Harry, and he's like, what? Stop. And it's going to happen in like 3 seconds. It's going to happen like on the next page and throughout the book. That's what's going to keep happening. But then on the train ride home, it is much different story. Much different story.
Do you have the page?
Hold on. Maybe I could find it. Let's see. I had it all yesterday. The Second War Begins. It's somewhere back here. Okay, I can't find it. That's okay. The point is, when it's on the train home, the sentence is, the Mimbulus Mimbletonia, which had grown a lot that year, was sitting comfortably in Neville's lap, crooning slightly. That part, you can ignore the crooning. But the important part is that Harry's going to grow a lot this year.
I'm stuck on the crooning.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Harry is the Mimbulus Mimbletonia. Dumbledore has said, password, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it. So anyway, they make it up to the dormitory, and if you'll recall, Harry was like, I just can't wait to go get up into my bed. Everything's going to be wonderful. He runs into his room. Dean's like, hey, Harry, have a good holiday. And it says, not bad, but muttered Harry, but I crossed out not and just wrote, Bad. Muttered Harry.
It was bad.
And he's like, you? And he's like, yeah, it was okay. Better than Seamus's anyway. He was just telling me. And then we start to go through this, and Seamus doesn't answer immediately. He's kind of like taking his time to hang up his Kenmare Kestrel's Quidditch team poster, which piece of trivia, please don't ask us. And he's like, me ma'am didn't want me to come back. And Harry's like, what? She didn't want me to come back to Hogwarts. I did better the first time. Dang it. I almost had it. It's like you can't just like not know how to do an accent and then do it on the fly. But we tried. And Harry's like, but why? And he's like, well, in a measured voice, I suppose it's because of you. And Harry's like, what do you mean? He's like, I said, well, well, it's not just you, it's Dumbledore too. And Harry's like, she believes the Daily Prophet. She thinks I'm a liar and Dumbledore's an old fool. And Seamus looked up at him and he's like, yeah. Something like that.
Something like that.
And I'm like, Seamus is trying here. Like, I feel like I always remember it as if like Seamus is kind of like being rude, but like it really seems like he's not. He's being honest, is what he's doing. He's like, yes, the Daily Prophet thing. That's the issue. Can we talk about it? And Harry's like, no.
Yeah, he's exploding angrily. Someone would say like a Mimbulus Mimbletonia, which Neville just placed tenderly on his bedside cabinet,
so he can just like watch over.
Exactly.
Harry can just watch over Neville in his sleep.
Exactly. You know how Neville tenderly tucks in Harry before bed every night?
All right, guys, I'm off of Hermione. I'm now on Hevel.
Hevel.
Nary?
Nodder. Long Potter.
Pot bottom.
Oh, no. Harry Bottom.
One of those will work. But yeah, it says Seamus sounded nervous and eager at the same time. And this is after asking, exactly like what happened in the graveyard. And Harry's like, "What are you asking me for? Just read the Daily Prophet." Like
Ben, I think you skipped over a part here. It says,
sorry.
"Look, what did happen that night? And Cedric Diggory, He laughed.
He laughed angrily, calmly. And then, what's that?
He might have,
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, yeah. Look what did happen that night, with Dedrick and all. There it is. All right. Sorry, I couldn't read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Harry starts making mama jokes.
Yeah.
Which historically doesn't go well.
Does not go well. Yeah. What are you asking me for? Just read the Daily Prophet like your mother. Why don't you? That'll tell you all you need to know. Ugh.
Don't you have a go at my mother. I'll have a go at anyone who calls me a liar, said Harry.
He's having to have a go with his mom. All right.
Our bad.
Yeah. This is why I come to the live show, guys.
That's right, yeah.
I'll talk to you how I want. And it's like, Harry, just explain the situation. He's asking, and you're like way overreacting. It's like, you could have saved this. You could have saved it.
Yes, you absolutely could. And then Ron walks in. He's sort of like, what's going on? And because he's clearly, and then Seamus is just sort of like, well, Harry's having a go at my mother. And Ron's like, he wouldn't do that. We've met your mother.
Yeah. We liked Harry a lot.
Oh, man. Then Harry chimes in and he's like, that's before she started believing every word the stinking Daily Prophet writes about me. And Ron's like,
oh, I see what's happening.
Yes.
Got it. And like Ron, to his credit, tries for about 1 second to, play peacemaker here. And he says, you know what? He's right. I don't want to share a dormitory with him anymore. And this is Ron's one attempt at peace. That's out of order, Seamus. And then Seamus starts yelling at him, and Ron's like, that's it. Yeah, gets a little mimbulous himself,
Yeah. He gets a little mimbulous. Man, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, then he's like, I'm a prefect, so unless you want attention, watch your mouth.
And Seamus is like, not detention.
Not detention.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah.
He's like, it might be worth it, but detention, that does sound bad.
And then he's like, anyone else got a problem with Harry? And then Dean's like, my parents are muggles, man. Like,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't want detention. I'm good, yeah.
Let me tell you what. I didn't know we were on that level here.
Right.
Well, they don't know nothing about no deaths at Hogwarts because I'm not stupid enough to tell them, which I feel like kind of calling Seamus stupid a little.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Then Neville chimes in and he's like, my gran says that's rubbish. She says it's the Daily Prophet that's going downhill, not Dumbledore. She canceled our subscription. We believe Harry. And then he climbs into bed and pulls his covers up to his chin.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. All the way up, looking owlishly over them at Seamus. Then he keeps talking. My gran always said, who would come back. One day, she says, if Dumbledore says he's back, he's back. To which I think, I wonder how much more Neville's grandmother knows about, the prophecy situation and the hiding of the long bottoms and stuff.
Oh, I had never considered that before. Because, wow, yeah. Because probably at some point in time...
Probably Frank and Alice were like Fidelius, too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. There's even a decent chance. Do we know who their secret keeper was?
Oh, ooh.
It could have been Gran.
Could have been her.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't know.
It's Mad Eye? Oh, it could be. It could be Mad Eye. Okay. I was like, well, okay. That's interesting. I had never considered that before, but that would definitely give good reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
where she's like, nope, Dumbledore.
Yep, absolutely. But basically then the chapter is really coming to a close here, and Harry is just sort of by himself. He just, he was so excited to be back in the common room, back at Hogwarts, in his cozy bed, and he just feels miserable. The people in the room don't believe him, and if those people don't believe him, then who is going to believe him? And Harry's just thinking to himself, they'll know we're right in the end, Harry thought miserably. And that is a miserable thought. He's like, the unfortunate reality of this situation is that they are wrong, and they're going to find out, and it's going to be the hard way, and it's going to suck. It's like, because that's the thing. Harry doesn't want to be right. It's like, it's not like he gets a great, like to skip through a field for winning this battle.
Yeah.
He has to die.
Right.
Yeah. So he doesn't know that. But
also, I want to point out here that it says, the Dean got into bed, rolled over, and fell silent. Neville, who appeared to have nothing more to say either, was gazing fondly at his moonlit Harry. Yeah. Yeah.
I drew a picture.
Right.
Of the cactus, but you can imagine it's Harry.
Yeah. But I think here's what I think though, is that really what's happening here is this is like, if you consider Harry as the Mimbulus, then Neville is sort of like looking up to Harry right here. It's like he just said, "We believe in you, Harry," and then gets in bed and is staring up at the cactus. And it's like, yeah, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to get in the DA and Harry's going to train him up.
What is the likelihood that in the next month we have a Super Carlin Brothers video called "Harry is the Mimbulus Mimbletonia"?
I would say I would say good.
We will have like 248 views.
Yeah, right. This will be it. People will be like, what on earth even is the Mimbulus Mimble? You know, it'll be called Harry's a Cactus. Confirmed.
Confirmed. That's right. Oh my gosh. But y'all, that is going to bring us to the end of chapter 11. This is the part of the show where I would normally ask Jay for a review, but since we have a live audience, maybe you guys can let us know, how did we do? Woo!
I think that's 5 stars.
I think that's 5 stars.
Yeah, I think we did it. Yeah, we did it. Oh, man. All right. Well, let me close us out here, and then I think we have some time for some Q&A. Because this will be on the YouTube channel. If you want to see this episode, you can go check it out. Make sure you subscribe and get our silver play button. It'd be great. Right. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. Make sure you join us next week for Chapter 12, Professor Umbridge. Here on Through the Griffin Door.
Today's episode was edited by Ethan Edghill. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager, and the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.